welcome back. I know it's been a while, which is why I'm gonna say this now. Probably get something to drink. It's probably gonna be a longer one because it's been a while, and I'm actually really excited to make this video today. I've been really thinking about what I want and the things that I do, and kind of taking stock of all the things and seeing what's necessary and what's not necessary, and what it is that I'm actually determined to go after versus what I'm just doing because it's something that I've always done. So we are now officially in Taurus season. Taurus season is like a very grounded energy, earthy energy. At the same time, it's more slow moving and stable, embodied, where we just came from Aries, which is like go, 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 fire energy, like let's freaking get shit done, and you're just raring to go. But now we're like pulling back, we're like settling down, and also Taurus season is a good time for you to tangibly see things that you want start to manifest. Actually, for me, I've been manifesting like super easily and quickly lately. It's funny because like a lot of times it's like I guess sometimes I have problems asking for help or asking for what I want, and so the universe has been making it like a point to get me to ask for what I want so that they can deliver, instead of me just like thinking it in my head, like because words are spells. Like words, when you speak out something, it's like you're casting a spell over your life. That's why you don't want to say negative things about yourself or your life, because of how powerful you become, especially when you're doing your inner work and everything. And so you don't want to let negative influences or anything like that into your mind that's going to have you speaking negatively over your life, because you don't want to manifest anything like that. Now, I also believe the universe is intelligent enough to know, but sometimes things happen, so just be aware of that. Also be aware that people do send you thoughts, feelings, energies that aren't always good. They can be negative, they can be trying to bring you down. If they're casting spells over your life, speaking over your life, that could, and if it gets into your field and you think it's your own and then you accept it, then that spell takes root in you, and it shows up in symptoms that can be causing disease, illness, cloudy vision, fogginess. A lot of times your eyes pop up. So sometimes I have to like really know whether it's allergies or whether it's something in my field that I need to get rid of. So always set the intention that anything anyone else says over your life does not come to fruition. You use it as fuel to make you grow stronger and glow up 10 times more, and that it goes back to source for transmutation. I don't really want to talk too much about like the negative karmic shit anymore. I just don't want to do that. I want to talk about you, and I want to talk about your journey, and I want to talk about my journey. And I'm really excited about this because there's some things I've been going through. First, I have always struggled with being irresponsible. And then for a long time I was really irresponsible, and I had to really commit to responsibility, commit to my vision, commit to doing the things that were going to get me to the places where I wanted to go, and hold myself accountable and hold myself to be reliable for these things. And there's times where it just feels like I'm just always doing things, being responsible, and I'm like, you know what, I just want to fuck off a little, like, fuck this, I'm just gonna not, and then it never works out well. Like, even last time I felt like I was being like a little bit childish, because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette and eat a bunch of high fructose corn syrup candy. And I felt like shit for like 3 days after. It's not worth it. Don't do it. Like, who are you rebelling against? Yourself? It's not going to work. It's not good. So if you find yourself doing shit like that, hang in there. Being responsible is going to get you to where you want to be. And if you have a vision for your life like me, and you know where you want to go, you're going to have to put the work in to do so and to learn. And I know, like, a lot of times we want things to be easy and fun all the time, but when you're learning stuff, it's frustrating. And when you're trying to get yourself out there, it's frustrating. And I even got to a point where I was like, you know what, well, why do I have to make it? What if I don't want to make it? And then I thought about my life, and I was like, you know what, no, that's why I'm going to put in the work. That's why I'm going to do this. Like, I came to this planet to do this. This is what I want to do. I need to stop. I need to stop with the childish behavior, and I need to be going after what it is I want. And what it is I want is to help humanity rise. And a lot of these people that I've been watching recently have been really inspiring me, because I haven't made a video, I haven't made a video in a while. And then I was just thinking, like, maybe am I just doing it because everyone else is doing it or what? But then I started realizing, like, I love being on camera. I love sharing myself. Because I love myself. And I feel like I'm freaking so fun and funny, and, like, I like to watch me. So why wouldn't other people like to watch me? So I want to put myself out there in a more authentic way than I do in the real world. And I've also, like, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I was a drama student for years through college, and drama was my thing, and I wanted to be an actor or an actress, and I wrote scripts, and I wrote plays, and I wrote books, and there's a part of me inside that just loves it, and so yeah, this is what I want. And stepping away from it has really made that decision solidify. I also have, I do resonate with the twin flame path, and I have been on this journey for many years, and I even, I think, studied the twin flame path before I even knew who my twin flame was, because there was the false flame and all that. And so I do messages for the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine Collective, because I want to help. The twin flame journey is not easy. It's frustrating and triggering and all kinds of things. And some people only do messages for the feminine, some people only do messages for the masculine. As much as I do really feel called to helping the masculine, I also really feel called to helping the feminine. So I want to do messages for both. So I'm going to try to do that to the best of my abilities. So if you would like a more in-depth reading about you and your twin flame, you can just DM me on my Instagram at Cosmic Fractal of Light, and we can do a personal reading. And I am no longer offering the 7-week chakra program because it was a lot for me, and I think I'm going to make a smaller program, and that will be out maybe next month. But I'm gonna stop offering the chakra program. Well, now that I've said all the things, I guess let's just get into it. So Taurus season, so lots of things coming up around stability, financial, security, comfort, a lot of self-care. Yeah, also you can notice where you're kind of being stubborn. Like, for me, I got a new car, and I'm trying to, it's like a fixer-upper, so it's a project for me, and I did it on purpose because I did want this project, but like I said, with struggling with the irresponsibility, I got a little bit you know what, why do I have to freaking send this to the fucking DMV? I don't want to do that. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And then I had a fight with myself. Girl, just go fucking mail the letter. It's really not that hard. You're being stubborn. Yeah, I guess I am. Okay. Mail. The letter has been mailed. Anyway, so that can come up for you. Let's see what we have. Oh, so we have the first chakra, base chakra, courage and faith. I embrace courage, faith, and adaptability as they are needed for me to overcome my fear of change or the future. Another thing too, like faith. Okay, courage, faith, and adaptability. Since this car's been such a big project, it's cost a lot of money. And I'm lucky enough to have somebody who's been helping me out a lot with that. But I had to ask for help, and like I said about asking for help, like that it's not always like the easiest thing for me, but I asked the universe for help. Actually, what was the thing last time? This is about my faith, because I know the universe is always there for me, and I was getting very stuck in my own head about this. How am I going to come up with this money? This, and that. What can I do? I can get some from here, some, all this. Trying to control everything in little ways. And then I was like, you know what, fine. You know what, I'm just gonna wait until I have the money. And it was really bad because like there's something on my car that really needs attention, like right away. Actually, it's getting fixed right now. But that was yesterday, and I was just stressing. And I was just like, well, I guess like this is it. I don't know. I'm just gonna watch TV now. I watched something about Jesus because I love him. And then I talked to him, and then I talked to the universe, and I was like, you know what? It would be really chill if like this money could just fall into my lap. And then I talked to someone about my problem, and they offered to help, and so now it's like it happened. I'm still gonna obviously be accountable and pay this person back, but I was grateful enough to get that one day later, manifestation like right away, because of my solid faith and my belief. My belief is that the universe always has my back. The universe is always going to deliver to me when I need it. And what does the universe do? So we want to make sure we're being courageous. You can't become somebody you've never been before if you're still being the same person you've always been, right? In order to become someone new, you need to adapt to new habits, new mindsets, become somebody you've never been before. That's where courage comes in. Yeah, it's scary. It's freaking scary to do a lot of things. Like when I first started making videos, it was scary to show up online. I wasn't I went through all that trauma that made it really difficult for me to want to even be seen by people. And now I'm really excited about it. So me putting myself out there and facing that fear, that got me to a new level. When you are afraid of something, you have to look at it in the face. Don't run away from your problems. We don't need to be avoided. And say, you know what? I am bigger than my fear. Step up anyway. You're going to step up anyway. And then the next time fear comes up, you're going to step up anyway. And then the next time fear comes up, you're going to step up anyway. And then you will feel the fear, and you'll be like, oh yes, I get to step up now. Like, yeah, this means I'm leveling up. And then the pressure happens. The pressure and the chaos. And you're just like, why is everything going this way? And then that's when you know that things are about to skyrocket. So the pressure comes, it's like the storm before the rainbow. So just know and have faith and courage and become adaptable. We can't be stubborn and set in our ways. I regularly remind myself to be positive and open to possibilities, knowing that I am the creator of my own destiny. So a lot of times too, a lot of us like get in our heads, negative thinking, how am I ever going to get out of this? How am I going to do this, and that? Just let it go and just know that it's going to work out. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I know it's going to work out. That's all. Just that can be your mantra. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I know it's going to work out. And Be open to all possibilities. So you don't want to be you got to work on your heart chakra, because if you're shutting people and places and things down, you're not going to be open to receiving your blessings, because blessings could be coming through that person that you're pushing away, or whatever it is. Also, don't be so stuck on one avenue. I only want it to come from this way, because the universe is like, no, 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 no. If you want it to come in, you need all the doors open. You can't just close every single door and only look at one door. That's not how it works. How can we provide for you if that one door we can't work with? So, be open. Your destiny is going to come to you no matter what, because it is your destiny. It was written for you. What does that mean? That means unless you are getting in your own way, which a lot of people do, then you're going to stay stuck and unhappy. And have you noticed there's people that, like, they get their job, they never leave. They work at that job forever, and then they retire, and then that's it. Unless they're here living a resting life, I guess I understand that. But I imagine that these people are very unfulfilled. There's like an empty space inside, because you're just, it's like Groundhog Day to me. It's like just doing the same thing over and over and over, and it's like, but that's what you want to do? But it's not what you want to do, but it's where you feel safe. No risk, no reward. I embrace the warrior within me, and I remind myself to be a warrior, not a worrier, because I am not a victim. One of my favorite ones. You're not a victim. And like it says, you create your own reality and your destiny. So create it. So see the outcome that you want. Tell the universe what you want. And then lean back, chill the fuck out. Do some things that are going to... Universe loves to see you pouring into you. Universe loves it when you're like, you know what? I'm going to step back from this. I'm going to wait. But you know what I'm going to do? Maybe I'm going to do a facial, or like go to the gym, or like do something that's going to make me happy, watch a silly movie, go for a walk, eat a healthy lunch. Because when the universe sees you pouring into you, providing for you, then the universe wants to do that too. I feel the fear and I do it anyway. I am ready and eager to move forward. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Let's get excited about fear. So there's always two ends of the spectrum, right? So it's one, like imagine it's one thread, and then you have anxiety, but you have excitement, because they're the same energy. It's just about what you're embodying while you're feeling that. Okay, think about it. Excitement, anxiety. It's the same, but which end are you on? You can always flip it. I'm afraid, I'm anxious. No, actually, this is just excitement, because I'm so excited that I know what's on the other side of this fear is beyond my wildest dreams, right? Better than I could have ever imagined. Do you trust the universe? Do you trust yourself and your intuition? You can learn how to manipulate your reality and your energy and embody the type of energy you want. You can also learn how to detach from it. But either way, the only way out is through, right? So, feel the fear, do it anyway, move forwards, and then guess what? You get to experience a new level of this reality. Are you tired of the life you've been living? Are you bored being stuck where you are? Because I know I've been there multiple times. And I'll be like, all right, let's quit the job, let's go to the next job. And it's not always easy to make a change. Like, it's not easy. Like, for me, like, when I was like, okay, I was really bored staying at home all the time, but I did it, and I was learning my spirituality and all that, and figuring out who I was on the inside, but I was bored, like, and every single time in the past, what did I do when I was bored? Oh, I just got a job, okay? So I did that again, but this time it was different, because I had to go through all the things, learning, right? And then learning how to talk to people, to be around people, to trust people, to open my heart to them and to see them in a different light, than leaving behind all the betrayal and all the nasty shit that I experienced through other people, and saying, you know what, because I now am at a new level, I don't experience things in the same way. And I'm actually working on creating something, like, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm working on creating something that's gonna be huge, right? That's going to change everything for people. It's going to change everything for them. I know that. So I cannot stop. And that's why now it's exciting, because it's like, now I know what I'm building. I'm not just kind of hopping from job to job and like seeing, you know, what's going on. What do you want to do? What do you want to create? What are you inspired to do? This is what I've been talking about. Like, let's find our purpose. I found mine. What's yours? Maybe mine is partially to help you find yours. To help you heal, you know? And everyone has something that they're meant to do. What lights you up when you do it? Or when you think about it? Or when, you know, that gleam that glistens in your eye when you're like excited about something? What is that for you? Okay, let's now flip this up a little bit. Okay, I want to go into Divine Feminine energy and do a little message. So, get one card for the Divine Feminine, Collective. Let go of clinging. View your situation as a witness. Your inner strength grows. This is what I was talking about, like about detaching, especially as a twin flame. If you're clinging on to your twin flame and you're like waiting for them, waiting around for them, obsessing over them, yeah, take a step back. It's an anxious attachment style. Take a step back and realize what's meant for you cannot pass you by. This journey's not easy. We go through separation periods for a divine purpose. The separation period is for growth, okay? Because this relationship is not meant to be like any other relationship that you've ever been in. So if you're coming into it with the same patterns and the same mindset and expectations, you'll just get disappointed, because the universe wants you to understand that you need to take a step back, focus on you first. It doesn't matter about what your masculine's doing. It's about you. Your masculine's going to grow in his own time. Masculines grow a lot slower than the feminines. And again, with the don't block out all possibilities thing, the universe can still send you a soulmate if you are ready for relationship and your masculine is refusing to change. Then that will happen. But you also can't be clinging to a relationship. You need to build a life for you, for what you want to do, who you want to be, and what you want to contribute to the world. Because as beautiful as a relationship would be, just think of it like this. If that relationship never comes, then you're just going to be sitting there the entire time saying, well, you're still waiting for someone to save you. And that's when the universe is going to tell you nobody's coming to save you, because you're going to save you. You can't come into a divine union unless you're in an internal union with yourself first, and you've harnessed a lot of self-love, and you have to let go of expectations and outcomes and be present. I mean, that's kind of how, like, you should be all the time anyway. That's how you have fun. That's how you get to, if you're constantly sitting there waiting, then that's not fun. Go have fun. And go love yourself, because it feels good. It feels good to love yourself, and it feels freaking good to feel good. Alright, let's go to Divine Masculine. Oh, masculines. So that was for feminine. Let's see what we got for masculine. Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. Okay. So if you're doubting the journey, if you are feeling like you are just submitted to your fate, and this is where you are, and this is where you have to be, and thoughts of, oh, I know this was coming up, not wanting to be alive. You don't have to feel that way. It's beautiful to be alive. You just got to take the steps to also love yourself. Remember, divine union is about being in love with yourself first. Coming into inner union. Masculine, also you need to come into inner union with yourself. You need to step onto your path of what you want. Same thing as feminine. What do you want to do? What do you want to contribute to the world? What makes you happy? How can you align to a higher version of yourself and of relationships? Who do you want to be? If you know, like, your divine feminine, who do you want to be for her? And are you making the changes for that? Because some masculines do feel like their whole purpose is to be in union with their divine feminine. That's a big, because the masculine path is about also being a protector. And as a protector, they have this soul, like, spark that they need to protect their feminines. You need to protect your feminine. And if you're feeling unworthy and you're not loving yourself, then you can't do that, because you can't fully love somebody else if you're not loving yourself. Then you have to become in touch with your divine feminine essence. And when you're thinking negatively, this path is way bigger than your doubt, your criticism, your stubbornness. Keep your thoughts positive. It's all in divine timing. Everything's working out for me. What's meant for me cannot pass me by. In the meantime, I'm going to get to work on myself and my love. Loving myself. With both the feminine and the masculine, you have to come into right relationship with your internal. So for me, since I'm a feminine, with my internal masculine, as my masculine would have to come into balance with his internal feminine, being in touch with his emotions, being nurturing, loving, compassionate, kind, and then there's a bit of a creative touch to it. So learning how to utilize his emotions into creative projects or whatever. And then the feminine has to learn how to protect herself. She needs to learn how to, oh, that's another thing, masculine, you have to learn how to nurture yourself. Do the things that the feminine does for yourself, and then your feminine manifests externally to do those things, because now you've learned how to love yourself properly, and that's your external manifestation of that. Same with feminine. You learn how to provide, protect, direct your life force energy, witness, all these things that the masculine would do that you need to learn how to do for yourself, to see yourself, to love yourself the way that you would want your masculine to, and then he will manifest externally when you've learned how to do that for you. This path is it's not about being in a relationship where you're needing something for the other person, from the other person. It's about growing together through self-love and love with the universe. Love with the divine, because this is not going to be a relationship where you're going to not have the divine involved. The divine is going to be very involved. You guys are going to get way more psychic. You guys are going to maybe have a double mission and change the world. But either way, when you guys are together, standing next to each other, the frequency becomes so high that it almost feels like you guys are lifted up out of time, and it affects other people around. It's in a huge way. It activates them internally, especially if they're meant to be a twin flame, then their twin flame thread will activate. Okay, that's enough for the twin flames. Love you guys, and I really am rooting for you. Let's get an angel numbers card. Ugh. I'm so glad I decided to do this. It's just, it really does light me up. Like, my heart feels so much more open already. Just one, please, Spirit. Seven, 7, 7, alignment. I was just going to say this too. The universe is so proud of you. The universe is so proud of what you've been doing. So maybe you have been healing. Your progress is recognized and alignment is here. It is within your reach. The whisper is reminding you to stay the course and feel source working through you. Your gifts are being recognized. Our spiritual gifts are not for us, they're for others, and they're meant to be shared and used on humanity, because at this time humanity really needs them. This is going to be a huge, how do I put this? The more people that do this, that tap into their spiritual gifts and use them and put them out, everyone's helping to change the trajectory of the human race. So when we were coming from darkness and density and violence, and we've healed that within ourselves, and then we get gifted with our spiritual gifts, and then we get to give that out, and then more and more people are it's going to spread like wildfire, and then the next generation is going to naturally have that. It's a part of the evolution. We're a huge part of the evolution right now. So you have done a lot of work, and you've turned on your gifts, and now you get to decide what you want to do with them. I blossom and bloom as I use my gifts. All things simply align as I feel the feeling of the divine. And Source does work through you. Spirit works through you. So every time you're helping someone, you're literally having Spirit flow through you to help freaking humanity. That is so important. That is so important for all of us to be doing. And it's how you also get into alignment. You have to be in alignment to receive, and then the more you're working with Spirit coming through you, the more that Spirit's healing you internally as well. And also healing, so then it's pouring through and out you, and now it's healing the environment around you, and all these things. Just being present in a place, doing something that you love and having fun, emits a frequency that changes people around you or activates them. Also might trigger them, but that's because it is doing something to their energetic body that's causing a stir, that's bringing up density and darkness, and it's going to alchemize them. So that's amazing. You realize that you being you changes the world? Isn't that cool? We're all here just to create, have fun, and spread love and positivity, right? Until it all spreads across the entire world, and we're all in love and positivity. And then our children get to be in love and positivity, and the darkness slowly decreases. It's wonderful. I think I want to do tarot now before I get into the oracle cards. Okay, let's do tarot. It's been a while. See what y'all been up to. We'll see what y'all been up to. Feeling so giddy today. I love it. Okay, Spirit, please bring us the best and highest messages for the collective. Okay. Oh. Wow. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh. Alright, alright. We are starting with the Six of Pentacles, which is talking about balancing, giving and taking. But it's pertaining to relationship because we have the Two of Cups here underneath the deck. We have the Two of Cups with the Chariot and the Six of Cups. So there's a lot going on about harnessing willpower towards something that really makes you feel like childlike and optimistic and happy and dreamy. And there's this new opportunity for commitment through a change, through a big transformation with the Tower here. Something to build with someone new, or maybe someone from your past. Oh, if you're maybe a twin flame, maybe your twin flame is coming back around because maybe it's somebody you knew as a child. I mean, we don't always know our twin flames as a child. Like, sometimes you have dreams about them and then meet them later in life, but it's kind of like you're always aware that you are a twin flame because you have this innate desire to seek love, and you fall in love really easily, and kind of go through people. Maybe not fall in love easily, I should say. You are infatuated with people pretty easily, and it leads you to have all these encounters and these experiences with people, but it's because you know that you're actually searching for someone that you haven't actually met yet, and you're looking for them everywhere, but you just don't know it. It's like subconscious. But it's interesting because some people do grow up with them. Some people have their twin flame from childhood, and they then separate and they go through. Some of them get married, some of them don't, whatever, and then they end up coming back together years later. So it could be a twin flame, or it could just be that somebody makes you feel like a child again. It makes you feel pure and innocent, which is very twin flamey as well. In the recent past, we have the Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold, feeling abandoned, feeling lack. Okay, so you're feeling either in poverty, financial loss, or by a person, you're feeling left out in the cold, or you left somebody out in the cold. We'll get into the clarification on that in a little bit. But that was the recent past. Right now, in the present, you're feeling ready, like ready to charge forward. You're determined. You have a fire lit under you. And in the near future, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is just taking little action steps and little action steps and little action steps to get to where you want to go. You have determination, you have willpower, but it also says that this could, just because you're taking little steps, doesn't mean that it won't happen quickly, because this could happen faster than you think, a lot faster. Now, the best course of action is to drop your anxiety, which is, we talked about how you can take your anxiety and turn it into excitement instead. Excitement for all possibilities. You're worrying too much. You're worrying and you're letting everything get into your head. So take a step back, go out into nature, ground yourself, just live your life and be happy and be present, and don't overthink things. The outside influence is the Empress, which is another indication that this could be a twin flame reading. The Empress is the divine feminine. She is beautiful, she is loving, she attracts everything she wants to her, and this could be either the person that you're thinking of, or if you're the feminine, this could be you, or it could also be a spirit guide that is a feminine. This could also be Mother Earth trying to help you ground and to appreciate beauty and to get back into your heart space. Now, what you hope for is an expansion that you've planned properly, and you're going to take the right steps into the right direction. That's going to get you exactly where you want to go. You're being very calculated and meticulous, and you want this to progress. You want to see results. But you fear loss, being alone, regret. You fear being in regret and darkness. The overall possible outcome says, so we have ego here. We have the ego and inner conflict. Pride, arrogance, inner conflict. Or it could be somebody else acting that way towards you, because you have the wounded warrior here too. So if somebody is acting nasty towards you because they are in their ego, you are it. So you're putting an end to it, or somebody in their ego has betrayed you and something's coming to an end. Either way, this whole cycle of all this inner conflict, wounded warrior, victim mentality, betrayal, it's all coming to an end. It's ending. The world is the end of a cycle, the close of a chapter, and the beginning of a new one. The world could also mean you are finding your purpose. Once you get, let the ego die, or let the victim mentality die, or let the inner conflict or the person that betrayed you, let it all go and close that out, you're going to come into your purpose. The world, something that you're going to do to contribute into the world. And it could be with a partner. And also remember, being a twin flame and being around people is also contributing to the world. If you don't know exactly what you want to do, creatively. And if you do, then this could be about starting to create and getting ready to share it with the world. But let's get into clarification. So with the Six of Pentacles and the Two of Spears, it's saying that you're making a decision on what's going to be equal, give and take. What path you want to take, that's going to give back to you the same way that you're giving to it. In the recent past, there's a lot of it's reversed energy. It's like harshness and imbalance, a lot of imbalance, not in your right mind. You're not balanced. You're whatever happened that made you feel left out in the cold, or if you left someone out in the cold, or if you were in poverty, financial loss, it made you imbalanced, and you felt like you had to Like, put down your heart's desires so that you can, like, logically think about what's going to be logical and sensible. But as we know, that never works out. Oh, yeah. Vindictive and emotionally unstable. When his feelings are hurt or he feels wrong, he quickly seeks revenge. Sometimes this card can be assigned to re-examine your own reactions to emotional moments. Stay level-headed and in control, and don't allow your feelings to get the best of you. Vindictive and revengeful. And a know-it-all who most certainly does not know it all. Your overconfidence may come across as snobbish or pompous. Remember, everyone starts somewhere, and it's okay to admit that you don't yet have all your cards in order and are still learning. So, this is about somebody, either you or someone else, who's acting all distorted. And because of this, you have suffered a financial loss because you're out of alignment, or you've let go of this person who's been like this, and you said, okay, no, I'm going to leave you out in the cold, or maybe this person left you out in the cold. I don't know, some kind of revenge thing. Something's happened. And it left you feeling like you're lacking. So maybe somebody made you feel like you're lacking, or maybe you're making yourself feel that way. And you're also acting vengeful, or worse, sorry, this is the past. We know there's nothing good about revenge. Because all it does is create bad karma for you. Balance your emotions. But right now you have, it might be, you're balancing out. You're in the middle of balancing out your heart back with your head. So you're getting back into it. You're a little bit impatient. And you're realizing that you're acting impatiently and impulsively, and you're accepting that, and you're saying, okay, actually, I think I want to grow from this instead of continuing this. And maybe the things that I am feeling aren't actually true. Sometimes we feel things because it's a past trauma coming up that's not actually happening, and then you're coming back into love. So you're coming back into love for self, love for your life journey and all of that. But then you also have the Nine of Flowers in reverse. You feel like you're facing obstacles, and this opposition is finally starting to slow you down. Your me against the world attitude might be hindering you rather than helping you. Listen to others' advice and accept help when you need it. This is what I'm saying. There's a lot of times that's what happens when you've been betrayed a lot. It's me against the world. It's just me, and everyone else, has it out for me. It's not true. People want to help you, and if you think that you know everything, okay. When I first started working in the kitchen, I thought I knew everything too, for a long time. So they'd tell me to do something, and I'd be like, oh, I'm going to do it my way anyway. And then I would, and then it would fuck up. And then I'd have to realize, oh, that's why they told me to do it this other way. Because when we're not open to people, to listening, to learning, and we just think we know everything, it's not going to turn out good. So we got to balance this out. You're going to learn the hard way. You can make it easier for yourself. You're just getting in your own way right now. Especially if you're assuming how somebody feels too. Like, if you're assuming that everyone's out to get you, it might not be the case at all. Everyone's just worrying about themselves, and they're just doing their thing, and you're taking it personally because you have an abandonment or a betrayal wound that you have not healed. Okay. It looks like you're healing it. That was great. It looks like slowly but surely you're chipping away at healing this wound from abandonment, betrayal, loss. You're healing this regret, and you're doing it through rest. Rest. Sometimes our bodies, especially if we're burnt out, we become more privy to negative emotions. So that negative headspace could be from not resting enough. And then when you start resting, you realize that nobody's out to get you. If you're overworking yourself, then that's because of you, because you're not taking the time to rest. And that's where the trauma comes into play. But you might also be resting from a loss. Oh, you're feeling remorse. You're feeling regretful about something that happened in the past. Don't allow regret to consume you. Just fix things and make amends to the best of your ability. Forgive yourself and then let go of those heavy feelings. So if you're feeling like there's so much that you regret, what I do is the best apology is change behavior. If I feel like I've acted a certain way towards somebody, then I'll go out of my way to do something kind for them. If I feel like I made a mistake and it directly affected me, then I'll talk to myself and say, I forgive you, and I know next time I'm going to do it different. We're not going to go through this again. I promise. I'm sorry. I know sometimes shit happens. Accidents happen. It's okay. We're going to make it through this. Sitting in regret is only going to bring in more regret. The law of attraction is very clear. What's in your vortex is going to come back to you. If you're sitting here and you're ruminating on all of these things, then what you're going to get externally is not going to be pretty. You want to be hopeful, positive, forgiving, loving. The best way to get yourself out of a negative headspace is to create. Use those emotions to create. Write. If you've heard of Abel Hart, I've been obsessed with him lately. He has taken all his emotions and his emotional experiences and he's written songs about them, and he also does like the music to the songs. So he uses tempos as different emotional like current in his music, and listening to him and how his creation process works, it really inspired me and my creation process. So if you feel inspired to check him out, Instagram or whatever, you can utilize these emotions and you can transmute them through creation. The best course of action, which was to stop worrying. You're having sleepless nights, but you're letting your worries and anxieties control your every move. Not everything is as it seems. This is exactly what I said. Not everything is as it seems. What's in your head is probably not even true. What you're thinking and all the problems that you have going on, they're probably not even real. You're making up shit, and it's causing you sleepless nights, and everything's actually okay. Look around you. What's happening right now in this moment that's not okay? Because I bet nothing. It's all mental shit that you're creating. Best course of action is to dig deep inside of your heart to know what's real. And if there are problems, right, like maybe you owe somebody a lot of money because you had to get your car fixed, like me, I can sit here all day and think about the money that I owe and stress out and freak out about it, or I could just, like, you know what, I'm not less of a person because I owe somebody money. I'm still freaking awesome and phenomenal, and I'm still integral because I'm going to pay that money back. Absolutely. Because I always do. Because I'm honest and I keep my word. Okay, outside influence is the Empress, the Divine Feminine. Huh. And competition. Oof. And harshness. Oh God. So there's like competition, combative energy, maybe you feel like something is going on with the Empress, but it's just in your head. Let's look. You may be frustrated by misunderstandings or poor communication. This is the ultimate conflict card. Whatever battle you found yourself in, know that now isn't the time to back down. You'll have to be creative and determined to get the advantage. Okay, maybe there's a feminine energy that you are actually in competition with, or you are having misunderstandings with. But also this feminine is not the Empress. This feminine is a shrewd and calculating person. And they're very assertive. And they're not easily moved by emotions. And it seems like your interactions with this person is getting very harsh and temperamental. So it's either because of the feminine, because of the divine feminine, because the divine feminine is here, but this is covering her. So it's like, maybe this is causing problems in your life, or you're feeling I'm going to get one more card because it's like you're feeling maybe you're comparing two different energies, because it's two energies. Oh, because that's what's happening, because you have making a decision about who's going to be best for you and who's going to give back equally. And you're realizing you have a shrewd and calculating and hot-headed person in your life that's temperamental, that's causing drama and arguments because of this Empress that you have now encountered, who is very nurturing, very psychic, loving, and she's like the perfect mother, wife, something that these are the outside influences. But it's taken you a while to see this. And you're sailing away from confusion. This is about you getting clear. You know what? You're seeing things and you're getting clear. Okay, let's go to hopes. Your hope is that you've planned enough, that you're going to progress perfectly, and everything's going to work out so that you can create the world that you desired. Yeah, and that the universe has your back. You're going to bring in divine justice, and you're going to drop what no longer serves you. That's your hopes. And your fears are to live in loss and regret and shame forever, and to be in an imbalanced relationship with somebody who only takes from you. That's your fear. Okay, overall outcome. Ooh, okay, so you're letting the past, this is why your ego, this is what's going on with your inner conflict and ego. You're ruminating on the past, the good times, you're living in the past, and you feel like you're holding on to these memories, and you're also impatient because you don't think that what you want can happen because you're in your wounded warrior energy. You're not looking at the truth of the arguments and the betrayal. Oh. Or you weren't. Let's get one more. Yeah, it's that energy again coming up. I think somebody's manipulating you or putting shit in your head. That you can't have what you want. That you're not enough. That you are stupid for having a wish that you have. Which is absolutely not true. Absolutely not true. If you have a wish in your heart, it's put there by the divine. And if somebody's telling you that you're stupid for having a wish or wanting something more than this nasty shit that you're fucking dealing with, then that person doesn't have your best interest at heart, and they're not on your team. Because it says your wish has been granted and things are finally going to start going your way. But you need to stay in the present moment and fully enjoy ease and comfort of this wonderful time. The only thing is you have this thing around you, this person around you, making you feel small, and they are stepping in the way of your comfort and your dreams. You may be trying to reach a goal, but you become frustrated by a lack of progress. So it may be time to pause and regroup. If your attention is split between too many tasks, it's time to prioritize them so you can refocus your energy and start making meaningful progress towards your aspirations. Okay, so if you're trying to avoid something by working so much and then you're not dealing with that problem, it's still going to be there. If it's somebody in your life acting this way towards you, or if it's this way, if it's you talking to yourself negatively. So you're just focusing on doing. Now, this is going to create resistance if you're consistently trying to get something done, or like trying to make things move quicker than they're meant to. There's a divine timing at play. You don't have to work so hard. You can just kind of sit back and like wait for opportunities to arise and then be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go for that. Actually, here it is, so cool, let's do it. You don't have to keep pushing, and because however long you've already been pushing, seems like you're burnt out, you're creating this vibrational, how do I say this? It's like there's this energy waiting to come in, but because you don't sit still and you won't, and these are all the things that are ready to come to you that you've already built up in your field. The things that are supposed to come, but because you keep doing and pushing and forcing, then they don't come. Because they can't, if you're not letting them in, they have to come in when you're ready to receive and you're relaxing. And you're in your more, your Empress, that makes sense, your Empress energy, your receiving energy, your resting self-care energy. That's when things can come in. But if you're in inner conflict and you're in outer conflict with someone and you're believing lies about yourself, that you're not worthy and you're not good enough, and it's bullshit because you are worthy and good enough and you always have been and you always will be, and that's why you're on this path. People just don't get put on this path if they're not. Yeah, just saying. And this is going to be the last card for this reading. Tarot, anyway. A lot of reversed cards, though. Okay, see? This is with the World. Waboom! This is the last. So after all this shit's happening, then you decide to rest. You found your way out of a difficult situation, and now you're enjoying clarity and freedom, and you're moving forward and headed into a positive direction full of new growth and happiness and opportunity. That's beautiful. I'm glad that we ended with that one. So yeah, there's a lot of shit going on, but remember what I said about the storm before the rainbow, the chaos that unfolds, and then finally some good shit happens. But don't try to freaking force everything. It's gonna happen when it's meant to happen. I was listening to that guy I was talking about, and he was saying about like how we work and we think that the harder we work, the more quickly it's going to happen, but that's not true because we create resistance in doing that. And not only that, it's like, don't think about the outcome. Like, have fun in the creation process. They talk about putting like 10,000 hours into your craft or something like that. to make you a master, I guess. Like, that's something that is said. Just think, like, okay, every time you do something, every time you're creating, every time you're taking a step forward, even, I mean, like, creating your life as well. Every time you're walking away from something, every time you're doing something good for you, like, if it's working out, anything. If I'm working out, I'm creating the body that I want. If I'm, you know, I'm creating the avatar I want by when I do self-care. I am creating the feeling that I want when I eat healthy because I want to feel good. You're always creating something. So, creation is messy. Like, think about it. When you cook, shit goes everywhere. Your fucking kitchen is a mess after, but the end product is beautiful. So, it's the same thing with your life. If you're creating the life you want and you're having to get rid of all the shit that you don't want, then it's going to be messy and it's going to be chaotic, and that's mindsets too. You let that shit go, and then you get to relax and rest and come into your end product, but you have to go through the bullshit first. But we do it because we don't want to be there anymore, and we would prefer to be where we are creating. So we're willing to go through that shit so that we can get to where we know we want to be. And the universe says yes. So don't forget that the universe says yes. If you have a dream in your heart, the universe says yes. Love yourself. Love the universe. Love others. Don't let people treat you like shit. If you are having someone treat you like shit, look up stuff about the narcissist and empath paradigm. Alright. Let's get a couple oracle cards and then we'll close this up. I told you it was going to be long. Okay. I would like to get... I'll channel through this one first. Just do 4. Let's just do 4, Spirit. Bring through the best and highest messages for my lovely, lovely souls. If you watch me, like, I'm fucking grateful for you. I realize that people can't get where they want to be without people to support them. Without having that love and that audience, right? If I was just on here and I got 0 views, then who would I be helping? So I realize how important you guys are. And the fact that you watch me, and I'm so grateful. The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. So, this is what I mean. When we're getting in our heads, we're trying to control everything, we're trying to do all the things so that we can get what we want, when all we really need to do is sit back and lean back into love. Self-love. Self-love. Love for others. Sometimes love just looks like sitting back and watching a movie, or like loving up on your cat, or like doing something fun that makes you happy, dancing around the room. One of my favorites. I rode the e-bike today. That was fucking fun. That was so much fun. And it's because I love myself and I deserve to have fun, and I know that. Just lean back into love. The capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I'm lost. Love is everything. There is so much power in love. Your power comes from your heart, which is why the more self-love you have, the more powerful you are, because then you can't allow people to get to you, get into you. Right? Because, no, I love me and I'm not going to let you tell me. Also not being afraid to accept, like, sometimes you we're not perfected, okay? If you're acting a certain way and it's not good, you come to terms with that instead of pushing it down and saying, no, I'm perfect just the way I am, okay? You are perfect just the way you are, but we're also on a journey of growth. And if you want to keep pushing back against people and things and life, then you're just going to create a really hard and rocky time for yourself. Just lean into love and flow with it. Where's love going to take me? Where does love want to take me? Joy is the ultimate creator. When your manifestations come to you when you're happy, have fun. Be in joy. Enjoy yourself. Be in joy. What can you do to enjoy? When I lean towards love, I am led. This is what I'm saying. It's just like, where does love want to take you? Just open your heart up to love. Let it flow into your body. And then, what do you do? What do I want to do? I don't know. I feel love already. Like, I like it when I notice I'm losing more weight. I'm like, oh hey, I'm losing more weight. You know what? I want to go to the gym. Because I'm like, keep going. Because this shit is like a body that won't quit. What? You know? It's great. It makes me happy. It makes me happy to see things progressing. It makes me happy to see things growing. It makes me happy to laugh with my daughter. We've been laughing a lot lately. Just how can I have more fun doing what I'm doing? Not smoking a cigarette and eating a ton of candy, because that was not fun. I thought in my head it was going to be, but it was horrible. I tried though. I sure fucking did. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'll tell you, it's the wrong way. What the heck? Okay. Angels and auras. Oh, I like this. Renewed connections. Wait. Renewed connections. Relationships that have been in struggle are now in a space where healing can truly begin. You may have been experiencing tremendous vulnerability, and that is going to pay off. Your willingness to forgive, reach out, and listen to the perspective of others has your angels holding their hands over their hearts with pride for you. Have faith that the place in your heart that you have opened for those around you will be filled with love. This card may also indicate that you're receiving messages or signs from loved ones who have transitioned to the spiritual realm. Keep your senses attuned to receiving words of support and comfort from those who are no longer in the body but are still very much in your heart and mind. Yeah. So release deep feelings of betrayal and everything like that, and trauma that's gonna keep you disconnected from others. Also, you can tap into your clairs, your clair abilities, so that you can communicate with your past loved ones. Just ask them for messages and just listen. I mean, you don't have to sit there and listen. Like, okay, say, I know that you guys are here. I am open to receiving messages from you. And then just go on about your day. And then eventually, like when you're doing something, you're going to hear, if you have clairaudient, you're going to hear them say something, and it might make you laugh. But it also might sound like your own head voice. You know, we all have our like little voice in our head. It doesn't really sound like somebody else. It sounds like you because it's energy, and then it translates through your thought. So understand that a lot of times our clairs aren't as like supernatural as people make them seem. Or sometimes you get body tingles and then you just know something. That's like claircognizance. So just be open to connections growing and becoming stronger, right? Because it's easy to, if people are treating you badly, though, if you're with somebody who refuses to change, that's different. If you're with somebody and you guys both see things and you guys both look at them and you both like, oh shit, like, and then you forgive each other and you decide to grow through that, that's beautiful. Be open to those relationships because that's how you truly strengthen your bonds. If you know you've been acting a way towards somebody and then they come up to you and they say like, I realize I acted this way towards you and I don't feel right about it and I'm sorry, and you're just like, oh my god, this person's standing in front of me taking accountability. Like, it takes a lot of courage to do that, and I personally don't know anybody who does that. I do that. My daughter does that, actually. She learned that from me. But other than that, no, I don't know anybody else who does that. So if somebody's doing that, then that is somebody worth holding on to and growing with. Alright, Spirit Ally. That was quick. Ooh, Nyx. Love her. Love her. She's like the goddess of the night. I love both the dark and light sides of myself. Nyx's dark and mysterious energy has led her to become a powerful personification of the night, feared even by Zeus. Nyx stands tall in her power as a divine feminine goddess, born from chaos. She oversees the darkness that comes over us each night. This goddess encourages you to find peace within the dark. Without darkness, there can be no light, and within each of us, there is both light and dark. You are being presented with the opportunity to learn from and heal your shadow patterns. A portal is open for you to forgive yourself and others. There is so much to learn from navigating the darkness to unveil the light hidden within the heaviest burdens you've been carrying. Look at the stars when you feel alone, and be comforted that Nyx is watching over you in her cloak of stars. What steps can I take to begin healing what's been bothering me? A lot of that's like a shadow pattern when you're accidentally treating someone badly, or like you realize, like, if you're being emotionally manipulative, but you were brought up that way, so you didn't really realize it was bad because you thought it was normal. And then you realize it, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to change this. You have to take accountability, be reliable, and do what you say you're going to do. A lot of times narcissists will just tell you that they're going to change, and they don't change. They never have any intention of changing either. They'll just say that to you, so that they can keep you around, so that they can suck you dry. And that's why we learn to read energies as empaths, because you can tell what the underlying energy is saying when somebody's lying to you in the face. And you could tell if they mean well or if they don't. And the dark energies, they don't feel like, they feel a little gross to me. They feel like, you'll be able to tell when somebody's genuine and pure, unless you've never actually had somebody be genuine and pure to you. Then I don't know. But you need to learn how to read the signs. There's a book called Learning How to Find Red Flags or something like that. Something about red flags in people. So that's a good one if you want to look into that. If you don't know how to read people. I'm going to get an Angels and Ancestors card. The animal guardian. Trust in your instincts. Trust the powerful animal spirit within to learn more about yourself and your talents. The Animal Guardian is the card that represents the angels of the animal kingdom. Animals are angels of nature who have incredible lessons to offer and medicine that can support you on your spiritual journey. They help you to survive some of your greatest challenges. When you connect with the energies of animals, you can learn a lot about yourself and the earth. You also have instinctive animal energy within that can direct you towards everything you need and more. The Animal Guardian card depicts a tribal angel being held and supported by her animals. She has a love for them, and they have a love for her, demonstrating how incredibly connected nature is with the spiritual realms. You have a powerful animal within that can be wild, protective, instinctive, and even calm. Animals don't second guess how they feel, they just express it, and you can learn from that. When this card arises, it's important to connect with how you really feel, how you want to feel, and what you really need. Take the time to connect with your animal energy and express it naturally. Let even the fiercest energy move through you before returning to your natural state. It will teach you a lot about your gifts and how you can grow. A lot of times, what your favorite animal is speaks a lot about you. So, Google your favorite animal, spiritual meaning of, or if you've been seeing a certain animal, spiritual meaning of that animal. You can tap into animal energy. It helps you with a lot, especially, so if you're trying to be vulnerable, let your guard down, forgive. There's animals that can be associated with that. For some reason, I'm getting the crab. I feel like the crab might be helpful. I also am hearing the ox. We'll check real quick. Ox. Strength, diligence, patience, and resilience. Strength and sacrifice. Okay, so you can work with the ox. It's going to be personal to you, especially if you're trying to leave behind things that don't serve you. There's a phrase in the song by Abel Hart, "Peace," and he says, it's like he's talking to God, and he says, do you really want this life? Do you want a piece of the pie? And then he's like, I think I do. And then he says, do you really see the signs? What will you sacrifice? And he goes, everything. So this journey it requires you to sacrifice things, especially things that your ego wants to hold on to, but your soul knows it's not good for you, and it's not good. It just can't come with you to where you're going, where your destiny is. Where your destiny is, it's on a much higher frequency, and you have to rise to get there, and the things that can't sustain that frequency, they can't go. Last but not least, I'm going to give you one of the dragon meditations. If you feel like you want, if you've listened this far, first off, fucking sick, and I love you. But if you do feel like you want to get into some sort of meditation with the dragons, I love meditating with the dragons. They're phenomenal. So let's see what the dragons would like to put on offer today for you. Destiny is what we've been talking about. I love it. And is it a rainbow? Oh, it looks so cool. The Star Wanderer dragon shines in every conceivable color. The large and powerful dragon has brought you today its high-frequency vibrations to deliver a message. Open your heart as wide as possible now and hear reality's words. Today is the day on which you may once again choose your fate. So think carefully about who you wish to be. Consider the path you wish to follow henceforth. Your truth lies deep in your heart. Listen to it. You bear power and love. You are the heir of the divine source, and you will decide how your destiny looks. The moment has arrived for you to become a hero or heroine in your life. Hosts of angels and every light-filled being will bow before you. May this day bring you happiness. May it burn in your soul like a light-filled seal on the past, bringing the old to a close and symbolizing a new path. Have courage. Place this card somewhere that you will see it often and leave it there for 7 days. Take a moment each time you pass it to say to yourself, I am the hero or heroine of my life and I am following the path of my soul. I love that. So instead of the meditation, just do that. For 7 days, every day, your mantra will be, I am the hero or I am the heroine of my life and I'm following the path of my soul. This is going to help you to connect into the dragon, which is going to help you to connect into your higher self, which is going to help you to embody more of the highest version of who you want to become. The more you embody that version, the more things start to fall off naturally because they just don't agree with you or align with you anymore. Now, this was freaking awesome. I'm going to start making more videos again because my destiny, it's being created now. And I'm not compromising, and I'm not becoming complacent anymore because I know I had a few months there that okay, I'm not going to be complacent. I know what I want, and you'll see me again very soon.